move on to our next speaker, who is Dr. Farah. He's a Palestinian Christian who was born in 1952, 4 years after his family joined the majority of Palestinians who became refugees and were barred from returning to their homes by the new state of Israel. He taught at several schools in Jerusalem and at Birzeit University before he immigrated to the United States at the age of 27. Dr. Farah's family has roots in Gaza, and some of his relatives are among the victims of Israel's bombing of the Gaza Church of St. Porphyrius on October 19th. He has lived, studied, and worked in several countries in the Middle East, and he's a founding member of the Palestinian Christian Alliance for Peace in 2012. Dr. Farah has spoken widely on Middle East peace and justice issues, and his writings have appeared in several publications. He recently retired after a 35-year career as a public sector economist. Thank you very much for being here, Dr. Farah, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say.
Thank you, Fatima, and thank you, Care. Assalamu alaikum to everybody, and thank you all for giving us this opportunity to address your group. Like Fatima said, my name is Philip Farah. I'm a Palestinian Christian born and raised in Jerusalem, and I am co-founder of the Palestinian Christian Alliance for Peace. I immigrated at the age of 27 to the US in 1978. My family roots, even though I was born and raised in Jerusalem, are in Gaza, where 3 of my grandparents were born and raised. They lived near the Church of St. Porphyrius in the Zaytun neighborhood of Gaza, where they, as well as my father and his 8 siblings, worshipped, were baptized, and 20 Gazan children, Christians, who were sheltering in an which is and the Church of the Holy Family, which is Catholic. 4 of the 18 killed at St. Porphyrius were from the Tarazi family, which is closely related to my family. One of the survivors was a closer relative, Ilham Farah, same family as mine. Ilham was an 84-year-old music teacher, beloved by several generations of her students. Ilham decided to move to what she thought would be a safer shelter at the Church of the Holy Family. So after 2 months of sheltering there, Ilham was exasperated and just wanted to go home to check on her house and get some clean clothes. Everybody advised her not to go for fear of Israeli snipers and bombs, but she stubbornly persisted. She was a strong-minded woman. She managed to get a ride, but the car was unable to go part of the way because of the gutted roads. As she started walking the rest of the way among the rubble, an Israeli sniper shot her in the leg. None of her neighbors were able to reach her because of the snipers, and the ambulances could not respond to call of rescue either. So she bled for hours. We later learned that an Israeli tank drove over her. We'll never know whether she was still alive or dead when the tank drove over her. An Israeli sniper killed 2 other women inside the Church of the Holy Family, inside the compound, as they were going from the church actually to the monastery, to the convent, I mean. 7 of the relatives of these 2 women who tried to rescue one of them while she was still bleeding were wounded by rocket fire by an Israeli tank. And by the way, an Israeli tank shelled the convent, which was housing 54 disabled people, some on respirators. And of course, that convent now doesn't have power. When a sniper shoots at you, they know exactly whom they are targeting. Israel has made it clear that to the people of Gaza that there are no safe places anywhere in Gaza. Hospitals, United Nations schools, as well as places of worship have been targeted in this mad campaign of slaughter. Now, scores of officials of various NGOs, are warning that the famine that Gazans are experiencing is unprecedented in recent history of wars, where famine is actually being used as a weapon of war. Some NGOs are pointing to the fact that Israeli officials have openly declared their intentions of depriving Gazans of food, water, and fuel as a means of fighting this war against Gaza. How in the world can anyone in their right mind think that what Israel is doing in Gaza will bring peace to the region? Is this Israel's way of bringing peace to its own citizens? Extreme violence certainly will breed only violence unless we in the US take a firm stand to stop this genocidal war. You know, in the past, in 1982, when Reagan told Begin to stop another genocidal war against South Lebanon, after 20 minutes, the Israelis stopped their war. So really, what counts the most is what the US, what we here do. Extreme, yes. The US is instead encouraging this disaster by providing unlimited and unconditional military and diplomatic support to Israel. The Israeli leadership is really driving drunk. Even if you consider yourself a staunch friend of the Israeli people, your duty as a friend is to take away the keys if you see that your friend is driving drunk. Our ask is to support an immediate and lasting ceasefire to stop this madness that is dangerous to all concerned, including the US, which is rightfully viewed as complicit in the slaughter. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Farah. Hearing your personal testimony is very moving, and like you said, it's very important to ask for the immediate and lasting ceasefire, and to stop Israel from not only starving Gazans, but like you mentioned, targeting Gaza as a whole. And, you know, both the Muslims and the Christians that are in Gaza right now are all suffering. So we need to put an end to this. So now that we have, you know, heard from all our speakers, I just kind of wanted to open it for discussion and Q&A. I wanted to see if any